From Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 9 on Fargo CW.
I think it would be horrible. What a horrible mistake.
If you take birth control, double check what kind it is. There's a nationwide recall over a certain lot of pills. The pills were packaged wrong, and that error can lead to an unwanted pregnancy. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us what kind it is and what you need to know to keep yourself safe.
Like most birth control, some of these pills are hormones, others don't do anything. And if you take them in the wrong sequence, it won't be effective. That's the problem with one lot of this birth control made by Lubin Pharmaceuticals called Mybella's 24FE. While that lot was being packaged, somehow the pills were put in the wrong order, meaning users could potentially get pregnant.
I would be devastated. I mean, it would be devastating to any, especially a young woman who thinks she's protected.
I think it's kind of sad, you know, because people don't want to be pregnant, obviously they're on birth control for a reason.
Because it impacts their entire life, the rest of their life. You know, then they have these decisions.
The vast majority of the women that are taking birth control are not affected by this recall. If you would happen to be one that got the pills that were recalled, not everybody's taking birth control for pregnancy. There's other reasons why. If they're taking it for a reason other than pregnancy, I guess it's not going to mess up what's going on.
The recalled birth control was being sold across the nation to wholesalers, clinics, and retail pharmacies. If you think you bought some, first visit your pharmacy, then talk to your doctor. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
If you want more specific information about the recall or the contact information for the company, we have a link on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on this story. Coming up after weather, the latest on a kidnapping situation that stretched across the FM area Friday afternoon. Plus, we hear from a murder victim's mother for the first time following a conviction here in Cass County.
Weather-wise, it has been a stormy one. Not yet here in the Fargo-Moorhead area. Taking a live look outside on the CorwinAuto.com Valley Skycam, part of the Storm Team Skycam network. We've got some clouds making their way on into the Fargo-Moorhead area, but as of right now, no showers and thunderstorms. There are the clouds. Those exploded earlier today in our western counties. Underneath those clouds, still seeing quite a few thunderstorms and more forming. You've got some over in the Otter Tail area beginning to develop in that region. No strong to severe no severe storms at this point, but a lot of strong storms out there. More forming north of Fargo up towards the Mayville area, and a lot of storms up in the northern portions of the valley. Earlier this evening, reports of quarter-sized hail, half-dollar-sized hail in Benson County, west of Minnewacan. 18 to 20 power poles snapped by some very strong winds. Northern Valley, there is the rain. It continues to slide off towards the east at about 15 to 20 miles per hour. Still some very heavy rain. A lot of lightning coming out of these storms, a lot of rain falling out of these storms. You could still see some small hail and some gusty winds. Off towards the south, a lot of rain in this area as well. Stutsman County has seen a tremendous amount of rain, especially southwestern Stutsman County. Radar estimates of upwards of about 5 inches of rain. There is the regional look. And again, a lot of thunderstorms out there, more developing in a couple of areas north of Fargo, Otter Tail County, and even more down towards the Dickey and Lemoore County areas. We'll see that risk for some thunderstorms as we head through the overnight hours. We'll show you the progression of those as the take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast. Currently, again, here in Fargo, it's still very warm out there for the 9 o'clock hour, 87 degrees. We got up to 95 here in Fargo. That broke an old record high set back in 1948 of 94. Winds out of the east and southeast at 14 miles per hour. Elsewhere across the region, you can see where it has rained. Much cooler. Some 60s in Devils Lake and Langdon, 79 in Valley City, 80 in Jamestown, 86 down in Sisseton, 79 up in the Thief River Falls area as well as in Roseau. Still some breezy winds out there. And they're variable because we've got some thunderstorms, and so you've got multi-directional winds out there in and around those thunderstorms. And we'll see those winds slowly subside as we head through the overnight hours. There are the storms, and they'll continue to slide off towards the east. The trend will be for the storms to weaken over time. Then we're going to jump forward to tomorrow morning. The remnants, so what's left, those showers move through northern Minnesota. The rest of us will see lots of sunshine as we head through much of the day. It'll be another warm one, getting into the 70s and 80s across the region. across northern portions of Minnesota. We may see an isolated shower or two late tomorrow, but it looks like the vast majority of us will stay dry. Here in Fargo, we start off the day with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the low 60s. By lunchtime, though, sunny skies and temperatures in the low 80s. And by the end of the day, not as hot, but still pretty warm out there with temperatures in the middle 80s. Picture of the day. This is a little cormorant rainbow, well, technically a double rainbow. The second one is rather faint there. This is an Audubon. Thanks to Justin for sending that in. Going to use that as the background to our 7-day forecast. The weekend looking good. Temperatures in the low and mid 80s for your Saturday and Sunday. Next week, we're going to stay warm in the upper 70s and low 80s. At this point, the only chance of rain is late Tuesday and on into Wednesday in the form of a few showers and storms.
So storms moving through this evening, but all in all, pretty darn good weekend.
And hopefully it'll help cool us down.
All right, thanks so much,
You
Robert.
got it.
And if you want to keep up with the latest weather conditions where you live, download the Valley News Live Storm Team Weather app. You'll get the latest forecast conditions, even follow the radar live. Just search VNL Weather in the App Store and download it for free. We're getting new information about a kidnapping and assault that spilled from West Fargo through Moorhead before coming to an end this afternoon. West Fargo police say at about 1 today, a possible kidnapping was reported to them, saying Jose and Victor Toribio forced their way into a home on 1st Street, assaulted 2 people, and took a 21-year-old man from the home in a blue Dodge pickup. It then spilled over to the Anderson Softball Complex along 45th Street in Fargo. Police saying a second altercation occurred here. A woman, possibly a current or ex-girlfriend of the kidnapped man, was following the truck, and her windshield was smashed in by one of the Toribios before they took off again. That's when word got out to us of the kidnapping. Police later finding the kidnapping victim near Great Bend, North Dakota. That's in Richland County. Viewers then sent us this video and pictures. Police confirming they found the Toribios and the pickup on 8th Street South in Moorhead about 2 hours later. And as you can see, they were taking no chances with these 2 men. The Toribios face a long list of charges, including kidnapping, burglary, and assault. Both remain behind bars tonight. A Fargo man has now been convicted of murdering 2 men in 2015. A jury found Ashley Hunter guilty of killing Clarence Flowers and Samuel Trout. He also was found guilty on an arson charge after trying to burn down the house of one of his victims. The verdict came down late this afternoon, and the jury only took about an hour and a half to decide Hunter's fate. A sentencing date has not yet been set. We spoke with Samuel Trout's mother, Mary Ann, today after the verdict was announced. She told Valley News Live she sat through the trial every day, and it wasn't an easy process. But they are pleased with the jury's decision and wanted to thank all of those who worked on the case, adding, quote, "As for justice, the only real justice is that society can now be protected from Ashley Hunter." A man from West Fargo is in jail after he was busted with carfentanil, an opiate that's 10,000 times more powerful than morphine. 20-year-old Jesse Erickson was arrested as part of an ongoing investigation. He is facing charges of delivery of carfentanil, possession of carfentanil with intent to deliver, and possession of drug paraphernalia. Police say Erickson was found with the drug in both powder and solution form. It's Friday, and that means it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Fargo police say Zachary Kittleson is wanted for robbery. His picture is up on your screen right now. Call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Kittleson. To date, the Valley's Most Wanted program has helped police make more than 575 arrests. A Minnesota man has been charged in the shooting of 2 people in Naytawash. The Mahnomen County Sheriff's Office says 22-year-old Andrew Boswell of Naytawash appeared in court today on charges of second-degree assault. Mahnomen County deputies say when they arrived at a home in Naytawash Tuesday night, they found a 21-year-old Minneapolis man and a 23-year-old woman from Naytawash with gunshot wounds. The victims' names have not been released, but officials said they were in stable condition after being airlifted to a Fargo hospital. Andrew Boswell is set to appear in court on June 6th. The Roseau County Sheriff's Office says they suspect distracted driving to be behind a 2-vehicle crash earlier this week. The crash happened Monday just south of War Road on County Road 5. 3 people had to be airlifted to a Grand Forks hospital for treatment. Officials say 54-year-old Don Jersing of Billings, Montana, failed to yield to 73-year-old Julius Powell of War Road, causing the crash. Powell was driving a van with 7 passengers with the War Road American Legion. Police believe speeding and using a cell phone were factors in the crash. Officials did not give any updates on the conditions of those hurt in the crash. Nearly 2,500 people on Medicaid in North Dakota are being warned that their personal health information may have been compromised. The state learned of a data breach problem on May 10th when someone found documents from 2016 in a dumpster in Bismarck. A state employee had thrown those records there 2 days before. The data breach did not contain Social Security numbers, addresses, or financial information, but it did involve names and healthcare information. You'll get a letter from the state if you are affected. We have more information about this on our website, valleynewslive.com. And if you need help uncovering fraud and corruption in your community, call our whistleblower hotline at 701-237-6576 and leave your tip. A member of our investigative team will get on the case and go to work to expose the truth. 1,000 new jobs coming to a city in our region. DigiKey, a major distributor of electronic parts, has announced a major business expansion. They currently have over 3,100 employees, and tax breaks incentives have motivated them to build a $1 million square foot distribution center. That's over 20 football fields. The tax break is $4 million a year, but the jobs will bring in an additional $184 million in tax revenue annually.
It creates jobs, of course. It creates amenities that rise up around the community to support the population that's ever growing. It helps with our school district, adding more students and adding more funding for the school district.
They anticipate the 1,000 jobs will be added in the next 10 years. Fargo and Moorhead want to help you get ready for the new all-in-one recycling program coming to both cities. Crews will begin delivering new recycling carts to homeowners next week. In Fargo, that starts Monday, June 5th. In Moorhead, Tuesday, June 6th. You can start using your new carts for residential collections on July 3rd in both cities. In the meantime, they ask you to continue placing your separated recyclables in the blue bins you're currently using. Collection days will stay the same for all residents.